Toot alighted on the ground with caution, scanning around the trees. He didn't see me. I saw him wipe at his mouth and walk in a slow circle around the miniature dining set, one hand rubbing greedily at his stomach. Once he took the bread and closed the circle, I'd be able to bargain information for his release. Toot was a lesser spirit in the area, sort of a dock worker of the Never Never. If anyone had seen anything of Victor Sells, Toot would have, or would know someone who had. Toot dithered for a while, fluttering back and forth around the meal, but slowly getting closer. Berries and honey, moths and flame. Toot had fallen for this several times before, and it wasn't in the nature of the Fae to keep memories for very long or to change their essential natures. Now, all the same, I held my breath. The fairy finally hunkered down, picked up the bread, dipped it in the honey, then greedily gobbled it down. The circle closed with a little snap that occurred just at the edge of my hearing. Its effect on Toot was immediate. He screamed a shrill little scream like a trapped rabbit and took off toward the lake. At the perimeter of the circle, he smacked into something as solid as a brick wall, and a little puff of silver motes exploded out from him in a cloud. Toot grunted and fell onto his little fairy ass on the earth. I approached from the trees.
I should have known! Oh, now I remember where I've seen those plates before. You ugly, sneaky, ham-handed, big-nosed, flat-footed mortal worm!
Hiya, Toot! Do you remember our deal from last time, or do we need to go over it again? Toot glared defiantly up at me and stomped his foot on the ground. More silver fairy dust puffed out from the impact.
Release me, or I will tell the queen!
If I don't release you, you can't tell the queen. And you know just as well as I do what you would say about any dewdrop fairy who was silly enough to get himself caught with a lure of bread and milk and honey. Toot crossed his arms defiantly over his chest.
I warn you, mortal. Release me now, or you will feel the awful, terrible, irresistible might of the fairy magic. I will rot your teeth from your head, take your eyes from their sockets, fill your mouth with dung, and your ears with worms.
All right, hit me with your best shot. After that, we can talk about what you need to do to get out of the circle. I had called his bluff. I always did, but he probably wouldn't remember the details very well. If you live a few hundred years, you tend to forget the little things.